If you've been in class with me recently, you've probably done this or a variation of this because it's been something I've been really working with in my classes. Up until taking this Pelvis Pro course that I started about a year ago, I really hadn't learned the differentiation between the proximal and the distal hamstring. So proximal means that it's closer to your glute, and distal means it's closer to your knee. So whenever we talked about using your hamstrings, it was your hamstrings. So in learning this, we're going to find the muscles that we need to help us tuck that tail under. So this is taking it to a whole nother level where we start to think about the anterior or the higher fibers and the lower fibers of a muscle group actually working more or less than another. So it's much deeper, okay? So bear with me on this. We're going to use a yoga block, and we're sticking that yoga block right here between the knees. And then I'm going to walk my heels closer to my glutes as I lay down. And then the first thing that we're going to do is use our imprint. So we scoop that pelvis into an imprint. So same rules apply. As always, our TA engages. And then as we imprint, our obliques and our rectus are working. So kind of think of yourself as a present. Wrapping this way, wrapping diagonally, and then wrapping from your rib cage to your pelvic bone. So we're scooped here. And you can already feel a little bit of that pressure into your heels sometimes as you do that scoop. I want you to try to find it out of your abs. And then we start to fire through those glutes and bring it up to just a baby curl here. Notice we're not really high, and I have this scoop or sway in my back here. It's like a launch pad here. Okay? Now, we got that. We got this inner thigh squeeze, which I feel. And now we're going to add this heel and sit bone pull. So I'm pulling my sit bones to my heels as I squeeze in on that block. And right now, I have got all this awareness of this space right here, my proximal glute. And then I'm going to lower it. So we want to get this guy to activate to help us tuck that tail under even when we're standing, and that will bring us out of that anterior tilt. So we're just really deeply trying to find this muscle. Okay, we're going to do 10 of those together. I'm not going to talk the whole time. So we tuck the tail, recruit those abdominals, recruit those inner thigh muscles, come on up, and then pull hips and heels together. So my sit bones and heels are coming towards each other, and I'm going to count to 3, and then I'm going to lower it back down. Again, tip, exhale, 2, 1, and return. Again, exhale, scoop, 3, 2, 1, and return. Multiple directions here. Imprint, inner thigh squeeze, heels and glutes pull together. And return. I definitely feel this stronger on one side than the other. And scoop, lift, 3, 2, 1, and return. We got 4 more. Scoop, lift, 3, 2, 1, and return. Move my hand. Scoop, lift, 3, 2, 1, and return. We're going to do 2 more. You know I can't count. Scoop, lift, 3, squeeze, 1, and return. And final one. Scoop, lift, 3, 2, 1, and return. If you're like me, it took a while to get all of those elements together because there's quite a few things that you're doing at one time. So maybe for half of them, you got half of the squeezes, and that's all right. It'll get better and better as you practice. So let's just go through that one more time. We're scooping, so that's giving you engagement of the abdominals. We're lifting, and that's giving you those engagements of the glutes. And then we're pulling, we're squeezing the block. That's giving you the engagements of the inner thighs. And then we're pulling the heels and sit bones together, and that's getting the hamstrings. So there are a lot of muscle groups working in this one little exercise. And yes, I'm talking through it. So send me a little note. Tell me if you could talk to me. All right, good job.